All right, Alex, let's get into the sort of fat acceptance, fat body positivity movement TikToks and videos, and I want to get your rapid reaction to what these women are saying.
Cool.
Which, by and large, it happens to be women, which I never see men being like, I'm fighting for the right to be fat.
Yeah.
You notice that, right?
Yeah, it's because...
So let's get into this first one. This one has to do with airplanes.
Oh, God.
So the other day, I had my first experience with airplane fat phobia. Basically, I got on this plane home. I was in one of the last boarding groups, so I was one of the last people to actually get on the flight. And I had a window seat, so there were two people sitting in the row next to me. And I walked up and I said, "Hi, I think this is my seat." And one of them goes, "Oh, Jesus," under his breath. Like, he's already very upset that I'm even here.
That actually
They
was
both seem
me.
very annoyed and kind of grumble their way into getting up and letting me go to my seat. And then they get back in the seats. They make a lot of comments about, "Oh, I hope we'll be able to fit," or like, "Oh, it's kind of cramped. I'm really uncomfortable." And I'm just sitting there like, it's my seat, my guy. I don't know what to do. At one point, the woman sitting directly next to me starts looking for her seatbelt. I'm sure that's what she was doing, but she just kept shoving her hand in between the seats and inadvertently touching my stomach the whole time, and it made me very, very uncomfortable.
Your stomach's there.
Pretty soon, they end up waving down
Inadvertently.
a flight attendant and being like, "Can we switch seats?" And she said, maybe. She said the flight's pretty full, but she'll, let them know when everyone's on board and they've got everything accounted for. Once again, they're saying things like, "Oh, I hope it can happen," just really hammering it home that they don't want to sit next to me. Eventually, the flight attendant comes back, gives them new seats, and they are so excited. They get up and they go, "What a relief," which leaves me crying because I had the audacity to be fat next to people on a plane.
That's not what it is.
On the bright side, I got a whole row to myself, but God, at what cost?
At what cost? Okay. Initial
my
thoughts.
Gosh. It's just, I cannot even believe oh my gosh. Okay, give me a second. It's just too much.
I mean, for me, it's just, okay, so I approached the subject. We talked about the subject matter on the show before. We had Savannah Hernandez on to talk about this. I approached it lighter than maybe Savannah or Alex may approach the subject matter. But honestly, it's just an inconvenience at that point. And if you are going to be buying a plane ticket, buy two. Buy two plane tickets. And that's not on the onus of the airline.
Why can they inconvenience other people? And she wasn't touching your stomach because she wanted to touch your stomach. Believe me, okay? No one said touch your stomach. She was probably trying to get her seatbelt.
Right.
And that's not comfortable to be crammed in a coach seat, I'm assuming, next to you, okay? Like, I don't, so we have to be inconvenienced and not for you because you're overweight. I'm sorry. I'm going to just straight out say, I used to be fat, okay? You guys know, if you've been following me on YouTube for a long time, you can see the progression. I was fat, probably 40 pounds bigger. I lost it. And so I can talk about this because I'm come from experience, all right? I was never like that. But it's all laziness, okay? People are lazy. She is lazy. That's why she's fat. She has no self-control. That's all it is, okay? So if you choose to be like that, you have to deal with the consequences of people not wanting to be crammed in a coach seat next to you. Oh my gosh.
And it just seems like with everything in life, with all of this woke ideology, it's like I've decided to...
Take me for me.
Yeah.
What? No.
Also, I've decided to suspend reality, and now that has to be your reality. Like, I've chosen these new pronouns, and now you have to take them on. I'm sorry, but that's not the way it works.
Clown world. This is clown world.
It is clown world, and it's just simply not good for you. Like, I would be having a back and forth battle if it was actually something you're advocating for that's like good for people, but it's not good for people. We know the outcomes are not good.
And stop. I'm so sick of people saying that they're healthy when they're obese.
Right.
It's not true.
Right. On to the next one here. We're going to find out if we have thin privilege.
I have thin privilege.
What? But I'm so fat. I'm like a size 20, 22. How can I possibly have thin privilege? Because there are people who are fatter than me. When I go up on a plane, I might need a seatbelt extender. I might be uncomfortable. I may not feel good. People may say things to me. But I don't need to buy a second seat or risk getting kicked off the plane. That means that I have privilege compared to people who have that experience. You may not even need a seatbelt extender. If that's the case, then you have privilege compared to me.
Oh, I just love that it's like a privilege Olympics now that we live in this day and age. Like we're just constantly fighting, battling to find out who is the most oppressed among us.
And how come all of a sudden in the past like 3 years, everyone is like so like fat and like ugly, and everyone has to accept it? Like all of a sudden, right? This whole thing with like the privilege and being fat and the plain thing and stuff. That no one was talking about this before. All of a sudden, it's like everyone can just like be fat and like gross, and like you have to accept me and I'm pretty. Like, no, you're not. Okay, you're lazy, and you're choosing to be like that. You don't have to be obese. Okay,
Such a good point.
Bothers me.
Such a good point to be like, yeah, if it's something that you're born with and that you totally can't help,
Right.
then yeah, maybe we should start
No one would
helping.
say anything if it was an actual disability. Okay, they would move waters for you. Believe me.
Right.
But this is, and then it's so entitled too. Like they all look like this. They're all so entitled. They like to like make drama. It's really annoying.
Yeah, all of it is on you. Like whatever they believe has to be on you, and now you have to believe it. You have to conform to it. And I'm just like wondering what's the next thing, because it was
you don't
race.
have thin privilege, believe me, bitch. You don't. There's no such thing as privilege.
It's really,
Stupid.
yeah, it's just, we're just constantly making stuff up and battling over it for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
Oh my God.
Today I started a diet because this shit. Woo!
So, I've seen a little bit of discussion around this video, and I've mostly seen people feeling bad for Quinlan because she clearly has some disordered thought patterns. But
You don't.
Disordered?
No,
Is it
she's
disordered to
fit.
go like, I'm feeling a little less fit than I
Right.
normally am?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to start working out?
Working towards something to make herself look better. Not like
Gosh.
you, who probably went and had a donut afterwards and like crying in the camera.
It's because I know
annoying.
you talk about in your journey of
Lazy.
like losing weight, it's like calories and counting calories.
Yeah.
And people will look at you and be like, you're anorexic for counting calories.
They did that when they like completely said I was like so unhealthy. All these people who made videos about how unhealthy I was because I counted calories.
What do you respond to that? Like, what do you even say to a person who's going to tell you that you have an eating disorder for caring about your health?
I have an eating disorder, or thin people have an eating disorder, but they don't have an eating disorder.
Right.
I mean, are you kidding me? It's so backwards. You can't even speak to them.
You can't. And you try, even if this girl wasn't even trying to talk about the fat acceptance
She was
movement or
talking
anything.
about herself.
She was making a video.
She's obviously really fit.
Yep.
I mean, what? Now oh my God.
And it goes on. Let's continue.
I honestly don't get it. Like, I don't feel bad for these people anymore.
She didn't ask you to feel
I just
bad for
find
her.
it really upsetting that people tend to
She's so miserable.
empathize
That's what it
with
is.
thin
So
people
unhappy
who are
with herself.
clearly deathly afraid of becoming fat or having any feature that fat bodies have, rather than empathizing with fat people who naturally have rolls without contorting their body in a
natural.
weird way.
It's like
And
not normal.
thinking about
Shouldn't
how
be
it
that
might affect their psyche to see someone literally gag on the internet at the thought of resembling them.
Dude, if I had to worry about somebody's psyche every time I spoke, I would never open my mouth
Who the
ever
hell is
again.
She's some psychiatrist now. I need a break.
Never open my mouth ever again. Why does she have to worry about how you feel about her fitness?
That's the thing. It's like, yeah, when I was talking, people would say, hey, how are you losing the weight? I would talk about it in my videos.
Uh-huh.
It's like they always think that they know what's best for me.
Right.
Always. Like, I don't know.
They don't want people, as much as they say we want people to have their own identities and be free to be and say
No,
whatever,
no.
they don't want you to have your own
No,
identity.
if you're like normal, okay, I know people don't like that word.
Yeah.
If you're normal, you're not allowed to have any opinions. You have to have the opinions of the woke eccentrics.
And you know, it's gotten so divisive
world.
and ridiculous
Yeah.
that during this whole COVID narrative, nobody was able to say that, you know, like, if you're obese, COVID's going to be worse for you. Nobody
I
said
know,
that.
I know.
The news
They
didn't
got
say it.
so mad about that.
Yeah, and then it comes out. I forget which country it was. It was like Venezuela or Argentina or something that did this Spanish ad about, like, if you want to fight COVID, work out,
Right.
eat your fruits and vegetables, you know.
So
and
offensive to them. That's offensive to them.
so offensive. How dare you? So I used to work at this leftist organization, and on the walls on there in the different meeting rooms or whatever was like, never give workout advice, never give food advice to anybody in these walls. It's inherently fat phobic.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh, how did you? I don't even know how you turned
I was
around.
so delusional that I don't know how I survived
Yeah.
either. But it's just ridiculous. We have one more here that we're
Okay.
going to have you react to.
trying to throw up.
Quick one. Here we go.
Friendly reminder that you do not need to lose weight to do anything that you want to do in life. Want to go on a vacation? Don't need to lose weight. Want to wear a bikini? Don't need to lose weight. Want to go on a date? Don't need to lose weight. You are enough and can start living your life right now.
I mean,
it's just mean and bad advice because it's not the right thing to do, okay? Like, if she actually cared, she would say being overweight and obese or whatever is not good for anything, for any reason. If you want to have a healthy relationship with yourself, with someone else, then no, being fat is not right, okay?
Right.
It's not. I mean, yeah, you can go to the beach, you can go on a vacation being fat, but like, and then what? It bothers me. It's the untruths.
It is.
And it's mean. I think it's mean.
Yeah, you
This
don't
is bad
know.
advice.
Like when you coddle people, you handicap them.
Yeah.
When you coddle people, you handicap them, and it's so unbelievable that we can't be truthful with people because that's going to help them in the long run. Like they're going to lead a healthier, happier, more energetic life. They're going to have more of themselves to give. They're not going to be upset with themselves. They're going to be so much happier. And to just rob somebody of that.
And coming from me from personal experience,
Yeah.
I was so unhappy when I was overweight, and they are too. I don't believe for a second that these overweight, obese people are happy. I don't, because I was there, not quite like that, but I was there in a form of it, and I am so much happier now. Like, it's just being overweight does not make happy people. I'm telling you.
It doesn't. When they say like it's your life is harder when you're overweight, that's absolutely true.
It's true in every way. It's not
absolutely true.
comfortable.
No,
You don't
it is
feel good
not.
about yourself. This is crap.
It is not. And if you just like care about yourself, care about your family, like have health. Like, don't you want that for your children? Don't you want that for your significant other? Don't you just want that for yourself? And to just submit yourself to a delusion just because it sounds good. Like, I'm so sick of stuff that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. It's the caring thing. It's the kind. Be kind. If you want to be kind, tell them the truth.
Right. And
in a nice way, but this is not right.
Exactly. There are ideals. Like, we can run away from it and say there's not an ideal way to be. There's not objective beauty. There's not things like that.
Yeah.
There is.
There is.
And
I
you're
mean,
just
it's just
helping-
life and it's truth, honestly.
Yeah, and it can be unfair.
You can live in a pretend woke clown world, but it's not going to last forever. I already see it fading.
Yep.
People are over it. They're
Yep.
getting over it real fast.
Yeah, and
Actually,
and your life is so much better when you get over it. Your life is so much better. So that's it for the fat acceptance, fat movement TikToks. Any final thoughts, Alex, on these? You're just like no more.
Yeah. I don't. When I see these on TikTok, I literally don't watch them because they make me sick. Like I can't relate at all to these weirdos. They're just too weird.
And you just hope that people will grow out of it, and hopefully, people will hear just reasonable people saying reasonable things, and they'll go, you know what, that sounds a lot better, and also you seem happier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
Sorry, guys. I hope you guys like this video. We'll get to the outro later. That's it for us on that one. Hopefully we weren't too harsh on you, but sometimes, truth is compassionate.